welcome back again to the channel. Today we are going to make this beautiful Princess Dart Bustier PEPLUM top. It's a high-low PEPLUM top, as you can see. So guys, if you're interested, please continue watching and watch to the end so you won't miss out of any important information. So guys, with that being said, let's get started. So I'm going to place my fabric on fold. We are going to start with the half length. Then afterwards we cut the PEPLUM. So for the half length, I'm going to cut the front part. And for the back side, I'll be making use of the basic bodies. I've placed my fabric on fold to cut out the front part of the Princess Bustier. Towards this side, I'm going to measure my half length. Half length is the measurement from shoulder to the point of joining the PEPLUM. For me, my half length is going to be 16 inches. I'll be adding 2 inches extra for allowance. So I'm going to mark 18 inches here. And then towards this side, I'm going to add my bust circumference divided by 4 plus extra allowance. So my bust measurement is 39. 39 divided by 4 will give us 9.75, which is here. I have this extra allowance of 7 inches here. Remember, this is only for the front side. So I'm going to cut this side out. This is what we need for the front side. The first thing I'm going to do is to mark out my zipper allowance. This is my zipper allowance at the front side. And the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out 1 inch as my starting point. This line represents my shoulder line. From the shoulder line, I'm going to take my vertical measurement. That's the measurement from shoulder downwards. From shoulder to the bust point, to the under bust, and then to the length of the half length, which we have here. So from the shoulder to my bust point is 10 inches. Then I mark. Shoulder to the under bust is 13 inches. Then I mark. Half length is usually 2 inches or 3 inches below the under bust. So that is where you mark as your half length. Do you understand? So my under bust is 13 and my half length is 16. So the allowance I have here is to join the PEPLUM. Do you understand? So I'm going to draw out my lines. Now we have the bust point line and the under bust line. I'm going to add my shoulder measurement, which is 16 divided by 2, 8. I'll mark my 8 inches here. And I'm going to extend the shoulder by 2 inches. I'm making use of my second method of cutting the Princess Dart Bustier. So, for that method, I will extend the shoulder by 2 inches. Then I'm going to add my neck width. 2.5 inches for neck width. Because the neckline is going to have a bishop collar. The wideness of the neck should not be more than 2.5 inches. So I have my 2.5 inches for my neck width because the neckline is going to have a bishop collar. So 2.5 inches is perfect. Except if the person is very fat, then you can make use of 3 inches. The next step is to slope the shoulder here by 1 inch. 1 inch. And then I'll connect it to the neck width. This is now my shoulder line, slanted. It's no longer straight because our shoulders are not straight. So the next step is to add my armhole depth from here. My armhole depth is 8 inches. Then I mark 8 inches. To get your armhole depth, you measure your round armhole and divide it by 2. Or your bust circumference, divide by 6. Whatever you have, you add 1.5 inches to that. to get your armhole depth. So my armhole depth is 8 inches. Then I mark. I'm going to draw my armhole line like this. Can you see that? And this is the armhole depth. So this is my armhole line. So please pay attention. This method is very easy and simple, especially for beginners. So having gotten the armhole line, I'm going to draw my armhole curve. And to do that, I'll take the midpoint of the armhole depth, which is 4. 8 divided by 2, 4, which is here. And I'm going to come in by half an inch. And I'll make my curve like this. So this is my front armhole curve. I'm going to add my neck depth. Standard neck depth of 6 inches. Then I mark. This neck depth is only going to serve as a guide. To create our Princess Bustier. So 6 inches standard. Do you understand? No matter the bust measurement, no matter the neckline you want to work with, 6 inches neck depth is standard for this particular method. Okay? So we are now going to create our princess line. To do that, I'm going to come here at the bust point, and I'm going to add my bust span, which is the distance from one bust to the other, the nipple to nipple point measurement. I hope you understand. Mine is 7 inches. 7 divided by 2, because the material is folded into 2, we give us 3.5, and I'm going to add half inch for joining allowance, making it 4 inches. So on the bust point line, I'm going to add 4 inches and mark. And then again, I'll come to the under bust line, and I'm going to remove half inch from these 4 inches here and mark 3.5. The reason why I remove half inch is because I don't want the line straight up, because I always want my princess line to be a little bit slanted. So that is how I want the shape. It's optional though. If you want, you can just maintain the 4 inches down. Just feel free to do what you want. So I'm going to come to the half length as well and mark 3.5 inches. So on this line 3.5, and then on the half length 3.5. Then I'll connect the 2 points like this, and from that point I'll connect to the bust point like this. So the line is not straight up, it's a little slanted. This is how I want the princess line. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to take this line to this point like this. So guys, now we have the princess line. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bring down my shoulder measurement. My original shoulder measurement of 8 inches. This is my 8 inches shoulder measurement. Then I'm going to bring it down to touch the princess line. So this is what I have now. The next step is to create the Princess Bustier now. And to do that, we are going to come here and I'll create my dart here. So I'll come to the under bust line and I'll add 2 inches to create my dart. 2 inches here. And to the half length, 2 inches. I'll connect the 2 points like this. Do you understand? So the next step is to connect from here to here with a curve. To do that, I'll come down by 1 inch like this. This is for us not to create a pointed curve, so we can get a very smooth curve. Do you understand? So I'm going to connect from here to here with a curve like this. Can you see? So this part is done. The next step is to come here on this neck depth. Like I said, the neck depth will only serve as a guide. I'll come to this line and I'll measure 1.5 inches and mark. Whatever dart you added here, you remove ½ inch and place it here. If you add 2.5 inches here, then you are going to minus half and then place 2 inches here. So that is if you have a bigger bust, you place 2.5 inches here. And if you have a smaller bust, you can place 1.5 inches here. And if you have 1.5 inches here, minus half will give you 1. And that one will be here. So now I'm going to connect from here to the bust point with a curve. And to get a very smooth curve, I'll come up by 1 again. And I'll connect from here to here with a very slight curve this time around. Can you see? So now we have gotten the bust here. The next step is to extend this line to the armhole curve. This line to the armhole curve, and that is all. So to do that, I'm going to measure this line from here to here and then transfer it to this place from here to here and take this line to that point. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to measure. So what I have here is 3.5. I'll come here and measure 3.5, which is here. So I'm going to take this line to that point. It's as simple as that. So guys, this is what we have. So the reason why I extended the shoulder is just to achieve this, so that this side will be longer than the shoulder measurement, if you understand what I mean. So if you have watched the first method, by this time you should understand this side. This side from here to here is not supposed to be equal to here, so that by the time you join the two of them, it will align. The shoulder will align to each other. Do you understand? So that is the reason why I extended the shoulder, so that it will help me extend this line. So I hope this method is very easy. If you have not watched the first method, please go ahead and watch and compare the two. Let me know the one you prefer. So guys, after that, the next step is to add my body circumference measurement. So I'll come to the bust point and add my bust circumference, which is 39. Divided by 4 is 9.75, which is here. And I'm going to add this 1.5 inches here plus 2 inches sewing allowance, making it 3.5 inches, which is here. Okay, so I'll come to the under bust. My under bust measurement is 35. My round under bust measurement is 34. Divided by 4 will give us 8.5, which is here. I'll replace this 2 inches dart plus 2 inches sewing allowance, making it 4 inches. From there, I'll take it down to the half length. Can you see? And I'll connect from here to here. So this is what I have now. So the next step is to add my neckline. I've added the neck width of 2.5. The neck depth I'm going to add is 3.5 inches. Like I said, this is a bishop collar neckline. So 3.5 inches is okay. So I'm going to draw my round shape like this. to the zipper allowance like this. So the last but not the least is to add my shoulder allowance. Please don't skip this part. It's very important to add your shoulder allowance to join the shoulders together, front and back shoulders together. If you forget this, your bustier will shift position. Do you understand? So guys, this is what I have now. If you have not given this video a thumbs up, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you so much. So at this point, I'm going to cut it out now. So guys, this is what we have now. As you can see, this place is extended because of the extended shoulder measurement. It's as simple as that. I hope this method is very simple. Try it out and let me know your result in the comment section. And if you have not watched the first method, like I said before, I'll leave the link of that video in the description box of this particular video. Go ahead and click to watch. Or I'm going to leave it also in the comment section. So watch the first method and then watch this second method and let's compare the two. I really want to know which one is more easier. So guys, this is it for the front side. I'm not going to cut the back side. It's just the basic bodies. So I'll cut it and I'll bring it to explain. Okay? So guys, this is the back side. The neck width is 2.5 inches, while the neck depth is 1 inch. Do you understand? And then this is the armhole. If you don't know how to draft a basic bodice, I have the video in the channel. Please check the video out and watch to understand better. So guys, now we have the front and back. The next step is to cut the peplum. We are going to make a 720 degrees peplum. That is 360 into 2. Full circle flay into 2 places. 720 degrees peplum. So guys, for that reason, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 2. The waist measurement I'm working with is 34 plus 1 inch for zipper allowance, making it 35. So 35 divided by 2 will give us 17.5. 17.5 for the front side for one circle, 17.5 for the other circle. That's what it means. I'm going to get the radius of the circle. So we are going to make use of this formula. R is equals to C over 6.28. So in this case, my R is going to be C, which is 17.5. But because I'm going to join the two circles together, I'll be adding 1 inch to that. So making it 18.5. 18.5 divided by 6.28, which is 2.9. But I'm going to make it 3 inches. So we're going to be making use of 3 inches as the radius of the circle. Like I said, the circle is going to be 2. We'll cut the first circle with normal peplum length. So the length of the first circle is going to be the full length, the length of the top, which is 26. 26 minus the half length, which is 16, will give us 10. So for the first circle, the length is going to be 10 inches. And then to place the fabric on fold, I'm going to add 10 to the radius, which is 3 inches. So 10 plus 3 will give us 13. 13 inches. To place the fabric on fold, we are going to make use of 13 inches. Remember, we are cutting 2 circles. This is number 1 circle. Okay? So I'm going to measure 13 inches here, and I have 13 inches and 13 inches on fold. Towards this side I'll measure 13 inches, and I'm going to fold from there. I'm going to fold from there. I'll place my hand there and fold. I've folded the material into 4, and the next step is to add the radius, which is 3 inches. So I'll measure 3 inches all round. So on this line I'm going to add the length of the peplum, which is 10 inches. So I'm going to open one side. This is where we are going to join to the second circle. So this is what I have. And then the measurement here represents this. That is my waist measurement divided by 2. So it means that this one will be at the front. And then the other 17.5 will be at the back, which is longer. You know, the back is longer than the front. Okay? For us to cut the back side, I'll be making use of 44 inches as the length of the top. The length is 44 inches, the length of the top. 44 inches. So 44 minus 16, which is half length, will give us 28. Now, for the second peplum, the length is 28. So for us to place the material on fold, I'm going to add 3 inches, the radius, to 28. 28 plus 3 will give us 31. So we are going to make use of 31 inches to place the material on fold, so we can cut the back side peplum. Okay? So guys, I've placed my fabric on fold to cut the second peplum, and the measurement I have here on fold is 32 inches. Okay, 32 inches. I'm supposed to measure 31. I just added 1 inch. 32 inches. To cut the second flay, I'm going to place the first flay on it. After placing the first circle on the second circle, I'll cut this side. So after that, I'm going to mark the length of the peplum. The length of the peplum here is 28. So I'm going to measure 28 inches all round, following the circle here. Coming to this point, I'm going to curve like this. Remember, this is the side. This is the side where we're going to join the 2 circles together. Do you understand? So I'm going to slant like this. Can you see what I have? So this is the shape I have from here to 28 all round. I hope you can see it. So at this point, I'll remove this one. So I'm going to cut out this. So guys, this is the second peplum. Take note of how the shape is. So when you are placing your own, just place it at the edge like this, and then leave this space here. This is the back side, which is longer, 28 in length. So I'm going to open here again, and this is where we are going to connect the two circles together. So guys, this is it for the 720 degrees peplum, high and low peplum. The back side is longer while the front side is shorter. Okay, so go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you have not done that already. I'm going to cut the lining exactly what I have here, and then I'll cut the lining, join the lining separate and join the fabric separate. After joining, then I'm going to open this side, the front side, because it has a front zipper. Do you get? So this is the front side, and then this is the front side, and then this is the back side. It's as simple as that. I hope you understand it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So guys, after cutting the lining, I went ahead to use the lining to turn the peplum, and this is what I have. This is where I join the two of them at the side. So this is the front side, because the zipper is at the front, and then this is the back side, which is longer. All right, so I've done the bustier area, so you sew it separately because it has zip at the front. So this is it, the two of them, and this is the lining. The lining for each of them. So because it has a bishop collar, I'm not going to turn the neckline. So I'll go over to the machine now, and I'll sew the zipper side and turn. I'll sew the zipper side only and turn. We are not turning the neckline because it has a bishop collar, like I said before. So guys, after joining the half length to the peplum, this is what I have. Can you see? So this is the down part. The next step is to cut the collar, fix the collar, and then put my zipper. The first thing I'll be doing is to measure the neckline and use it to cut the collar. So I'll measure it like this. So what I have here is 22.25. That is what I have here. So we are going to cut a very simple collar, just to place this material in a bias form. Will give us our collar. Do you understand? And to place this in a bias form, I'll just fold in a triangular shape like this. And yeah, this is it. I'll trim this side, and from this side I'll take the length of the collar, which is 22.25. 22.25. So for the height of the collar, that is the wideness of the collar, I'll measure 1.5 inches. So that after sewing, I'll be left with 1 inch. So the next thing I'll be doing is to attach my fusible interfacing. So guys, I'm done attaching my interfacing. The next step is to attach it to the neckline. I'm going to open it up like this, and I will sew. I'm going to sew it all round. Then after that, I will now use this side to cover up the rough edges. So guys, after fixing the collar, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to attach my zipper as well. Go ahead and try it out and let me know your results in the comment section. I'm going to show you how to cut the sleeve, a long sleeve, in another tutorial. If you have not given this video a thumbs up, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that others can see it as well and watch. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I will see you again. For now, it is bye-bye.